health and wellness stuff. Disclaimer: the information in this video is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Hi everyone, this is Julie. Thank you for stopping by to share with me today. I hope you're having a fantabulous day today, and I hope it's all going well for you thus far. And if you have not done so already, please subscribe to this channel, and of course hit the notification bell so you'll be informed when new videos are available. And give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Share it if you think others would benefit, and please comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. All interactions do help the videos, and so I really do appreciate it. And so also visit the blog from time to time, italisvital.info. In this video, I wanted to touch on the issue of seeded and unseeded foods, and how it's important that we, be very careful about the choices that we make and understand that those choices have consequences. Now, we'll notice in the supermarkets when we go, there are a lot of unseeded fruits that are available at this point in time, and it's becoming more popular. There was a time when it was just a few, like you'd go in the supermarket and you probably see just a few unseeded grapes. Now you see all unseeded grapes and no seeded. And you see this is happening with some other fruits like the watermelons. And I'm sure that there are even others that we're seeing this happening with. And some people I know, they don't mind. They say, it's convenience. They don't want to be dealing with a lot of seeds. But I think we have to begin to look at things differently, in that the plant gives us something and we should give something back to the earth, and that is the seeds. We enjoy the fruits of the plant and we give back the seed to the earth, so that there's a possibility that another plant may grow. And so that's one of the ways that I think we should look at it. That's just my view, take on it. And another thing that we should look at is that a lot of these genetically modified foods, they don't have the level of nutrition. They are not the same as the foods that naturally grow. I know that sometimes they try to tell us that, but that is not true. And so that is something that we have to be mindful of. And another thing that we have to take into consideration is who we are supporting. When we look at it, who owns the patent for these seeds? Every food that you buy where you see that there's no seeds, for example, or any of those exotic types of fruits that they combine various genes to produce, we have to be careful with these types of foods and look at who owns the patent for them. Because what we are seeing happening, if we're not careful, is that the food supply will be concentrated, or in terms of seed supply, will be concentrated in the hands of a few. So what happens is that because there are no seeds in some of these foods, the farmers have nothing to use to replant, so they always have to go back and buy seeds from these companies. And so for each crop, they need to go back and they buy seeds. And so this is where you find these companies end up controlling more of the food supply than they should. And the only reason, is because more of us aren't aware. And so we must become aware of that and think twice about the choices that we make or what we ask for. And yes, I know that a lot of things are being imposed upon us, because what they're doing is that they're trying to take away choice. They want to rule the market. And so what they do is that they do it slowly. And next thing you know, there are no more seeded grapes in the supermarket, or there are no more seeded, melons, and so it goes. And so it's important that we take note of that. But it also means that we need to begin to produce our own foods. And it doesn't even mean that we have to do it large scale at first, but we have to take responsibility for our foods. That's something, I've been thinking about a lot, because I'm in an environment where I don't get to, have that control, or have that realizing that I want to have more control over my food, and also be able to produce some amount of the foods that I do consume. And because I think that is important. And the more of us take that stance, and not just taking that stand, not using their seeds, not using the genetically modified seeds that are produced by Monsanto and companies of that like. We need to reject that, because we are supporting them. We're supporting the Bill Gates of the world, who also have shares in Monsanto. We might not do it consciously, but we are doing it. We are the ones who are helping them to get richer. And the richer they get, the more they act like demigods. Like we see Bill Gates acting as if he's president of the whole world. I don't know who voted him in, but apparently he thinks he's the president of the whole world. So this is what we see unfolding. And so we need to stop supporting these people as much as possible. The more we become self-reliant, the less they will have control over us. And, we do, despite what the governments in our country are doing, because what the decisions that we make and what we are doing for self, sometimes that's what will force policies. Sometimes we've got to just start on the ground and force up. Sometimes we've got to do that. And so I was thinking about that, how they are genetically modifying these seeds and producing various special types of seed, and let me tell you what their aim is: to control agriculture worldwide. And so it's important that we don't allow this to happen. Even some people who say they are doing natural farming, people are using chemicals. We need to stop it. We need to stop using these chemicals. And we go and we spray this in our yard and so forth, trying to kill the plants. What is important is that we learn about eco-farming and these other types of natural farming methods. There are people who plant. I'm not saying I know everything. I don't know everything. But it's some of the things that I have, researched and so forth. So they have, for example, eco-farming and other techniques like that. There are, for example, different plants are what they call weed that you can plant. There's no such thing as a weed. When they say weed, it sounds like something that's a waste product, But there are different plants that you can plant in a field to keep certain things away. So you can use plants to maintain your farm, by knowing what to plant where. And there are people who understand these techniques, or who know how to use these techniques. Instead of using dangerous chemicals, what they use is that they use the power of some plants to keep certain things in check and keep certain things at bay. And these are things that we can use, or we can learn to use, instead of using these chemicals. And spraying them. So these are some things that, it's important that we are aware of and just be mindful of. But anyway, think I've talked enough in this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and be the change you'd like to see in this world. Have a fantabulous day today. Ta-ta!